Good morning everyone and welcome back to Cold Waters. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm David Steele, or Captain Numpty, and here's me boat. It's a Skipjack-class. I forget the exact designation. I think it's the Sculpin, which is a cool sounding but slightly creepy name. Right, well let's get to where we're at and what's going on. So we are somewhere north of the United Kingdom. We're actually between the UK and Iceland. And we are patrolling the GIUK, Greenland, Iceland, UK Gap. And our mission is to sink a couple of, well, I'm saying a couple, to sink some Soviet submarines equipped with cruise missiles. Okay, fair enough. Now, of course, you've got to find those targets, and there's been a bit of build-up leading up to this point. Suffice to say, there are two contacts on the strategic map, and we've just engaged one of them, and the other one is to follow after this battle. So depending on how well this goes, this video may have two battles and not one. We've just jumped in, got my towed array deployed, but it's still deploying, I think. Let's take a look. Yeah, I'm going to get my depth down to 700 feet. Like so, and we had a contact
make depth 700 feet, dive by
0196, which is somewhere down here. We don't know what this is yet. Excuse me. So we're going to go investigate. I'm going to be sneaky. Now I know Skipjack's not the sneakiest boat out there by a long way. It's okay. A couple of things to let everyone be aware of. Number one, the torpedoes in my tubes right now, or tubes, are the only ones I have available. I've got some noisemakers in reserve. I've got a couple of those. But we've been out on patrol for a time, and we've found some Russian boats that we've sunk. So, given that there are two targets on the strategic map, if this is not the cruise missile boats, I want to disengage. So, let's see how that happens. Going to accelerate time here. Hopefully we'll pick something up. It's not guaranteed, because if these are quiet,
dive at 700 feet, dive
these are electrics, we may have to get a little creative using the sonar to find them. See, we've got a layer today, moderate ducks, moderate layer, weak duck, moderate layer even, at 124 feet. Just to appease myself, let's go back up to periscope depth.
Depth 5 feet, dive by.
I don't think there was anything out there, but we'll just check. We'll check the surface. We're in friendly territory. Well, more friendly than not. Okay. Let's come out of accelerate time. Let's get my periscope. ESM mast and radar. Nothing. Not much going on out here. It's looking back towards Europe and then looking out towards the Atlantic. Nothing but open sea. Or so we think.
Downscope, lower the radar mast.
Right.
Dive at 5 feet, dive by.
Let's get back to 700 feet. Test depth.
Make depth 700 feet, dive by.
So what I want to do here, if I don't see anything, do I want to risk using active sonar? So, I possibly shouldn't, but I think I can evade. My crew is seasoned, well experienced. I've got plenty of mosses. Well, 3. I'm going to go ahead and be aggressive here.
Con sonar, switching to active search. Con sonar, new contact
hello.
bearing 240, designated Sierra 1.
Shut my active sonar off. What is that? I see some lines. There's one here. There's one here, I think. That may be a Victor 3, which isn't what I'm looking for, but it might not be. It's not one of those. Maybe a Charlie 2. That's the kind of boat we're looking for. What else is there? Okay, that's it. Well, hang on. Maybe an Oscar. It's more like an Oscar than anything else. Oh, I'm going to assume that this really is an Oscar. We did come across the Papa earlier on in this campaign, and it is now an ex-Papa class.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged
I'm
submarine.
going to assume that it's an Oscar. And we've already got quite a good fix on it. Huh. Oh, it's at 1,500 feet. That is deep. Okay, this could be my boy. The depth of my torpedoes. What's the capability? Okay, we can still reach him. Wow, look at that. We've got a great fix on him. Is he running for it? No, he's not. I didn't expect to get such a good fix so quickly. This may be a really short mission then. So he's doing 10 knots. Can he even hear me? No, he hasn't got a clue that I'm actually here. Wow. That is a turn up for the books. Now I don't particularly want to try and chase him, increase my speed, because I'm barely clinging on to his signal here. My towed array has got him at a score of 3 decibels. I'm not sure what that is. So I guess I'm just going to have to try and get in his baffles. Well, here's my plan. I'll try and get in his baffles, and when I'm in his baffles, we're going to launch. But I think I might want to just try and keep the distance at 5,000 yards. We'll go ahead and point a bit more towards him.
Come right to 25.
So in theory, I'll be in his baffles round about this point here. By which point he is probably going to be twice this distance away. So I reckon he's going to be about.
Con, dive at 700 feet. Dive by.
We'll do that. Okay, let's see how this pans out. And then when at that point, he will be 8,000 yards away, give or take. Plenty of range for my torpedoes to reach him. But it's not going to be sort of 14,000 yards.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 251. Contact faded.
If this goes to plan, I'm going to arrive at that point. I won't maybe not even need to detect him, and I'll lob a torpedo in that direction, assuming he's not changed direction too much.
Con, helm, steady course.
That's a little dangerous. It's a big assumption to make, but I've got 5 torpedoes. If one misses, I've got 4 more. Big assumption there's no escorts out there, so let's accelerate time and let's see what happens here. He may not give himself away. I also think we've lost him because the towed array doesn't get such a good signal on him. Yeah, I suppose what we'll do, I can amend this. We can turn a bit more south. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'd like to be able to hear him, to see him. We're going to pick him up. Probably not. Okay, I'm not gonna try.
Come right to 257.
Let's get back to my original waypoint.
Con, helm, steady course.
And whilst we wait, let's talk a bit about baffles. Baffles is the cone of silence behind your submarine. Let's see if I can show you on my boat here. So I'm right now sitting in the baffles, ignoring the towed array. The sonar can't hear in sort of this cone, and it's round about this point. And I believe it's similar, possibly a little bit more on the top side, or maybe even more on the aft side. That's where your sensors don't hear much but anything behind you. So if you're in someone's baffles, you can do whatever you like. You can sing at him, you can party like it's 1999, you can fire a torpedo, you can run to flank speed, you can cavitate, you can do anything you like, it's not going to hit you. And that's perfect, because this torpedo will be approaching this guy from his 6, and he's not going to hear it. Okay, so he's got the coating that reduces the effect of active sonar, but You can smooth the torpedo between active and non-active pings. Set a sonar to sometimes to get a lock on him, or specifically you use active sonar to let the Russians know, hey, I want to use Sonny Jim, and it may cause him to panic, to react. It may cause any buddies around him to do the same, and you want that, because then if you didn't know they were there, now you do. Can be dangerous depending on the circumstances. Right. By my dead reckoning, this Skipjack-class is around about the second waypoint. So, I'm not going to give him a ping, although I could, and you might not... Oh, that's interesting. Do I give him a ping? I feel like living dangerously. Is it a good decision? No, I don't think it is, actually. Let's not ping him. I reckon he's going to be here. I'm going to fire the torpedo to be about 800 yards behind him, assuming everything works out the way that I hope.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
And because I didn't lose the wire, I'm going to put the torpedo here. Oops. Put the torpedo here. Try and get it a bit more in its baffle. Oh. Intercept the line here and be a bit more in his baffles. So we'll put a waypoint here for the torpedo, and then we'll point the torpedo in this direction. And we'll see what happens. As for my boat, yeah, I'm actually gonna aim for this.
Come
this
right
as well.
to 278.
I don't think I need to worry
high.
too much about hiding in his baffles. I'm some distance behind him. I'm close to his baffles, if not in his baffles, and I'm moving slowly. He's also going to have a torpedo pinging him directly from aft, from his 6 o'clock to worry about. Say that torpedo is nearly where it needs to be, so let's go ahead and do this. So if I lose the wire, it's going to go active. About 1,000, 8 to 100 to 1,000 yards behind.
Con, helm, steady course.
Right, behind where I expect it's going to be. Now that's right now. He'll have moved. Now, of course, if he changes direction, and if he has changed direction, as they are wont to do, I won't know where he is. But by actively pinging my torpedo in a little bit, it will hopefully spook him. So if we don't pick him up, he might increase his speed or fire upon me, now give me a fix on his location. Let's go back to accelerate time. Now I don't know whether any of this is going to work. I mean, it might do. There's probably a huge flaw in my thought process here, but that's okay. I'm not taking this as seriously as I could. And I'm not playing Iron Man, so if it doesn't work out, I'm going to reload. Okay. In fact, let's tell the torpedo it's going to go active. Right. Normally I would do this myself, but we're going to let it just pan out. I want to actually have the torpedo pointing at... Okay. So we're about to hit crunch time. Now, downside here, he's going to know where this torpedo came from, and if he fires, he's going to be firing in... So his torpedo is probably going to pick me up. It's okay, we'll take evasive action if we need to. Alright, here comes the moment of truth. A few seconds till it goes active. I'm going to zoom out a little bit and see if we see any pings or anything. Right, it's gone active, it's now pinging. Okay, and nothing. That's because he may be some distance over here. I should have put that on the plan as well. Yeah, so he's probably around about where my mouse pointer is. And I didn't measure that, so duh, numpty. Numpty by name, numpty by nature. Let's clean up some of these, seeing as I've got nothing else to do other than wait. Nothing so far. Nothing from him. Let's accelerate time. Let's get the torpedo to about maybe... Oh, there he is.
Con sonar
Okay.
regained contact
Right.
on Sierra
So,
1, bearing
immediately
2,
got a
6,
ping.
7.
In this direction. I might get something in just a second, hopefully. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to suppose he probably is around about here, actually. Should move that. I don't think I need this thing to be
Con,
active.
fire
Right?
control, weapon acquired.
So what I did there was I turned off the active sonar on my torpedo, and it immediately recognized or locked onto him. And he is, what, 1,200 feet? It's not showing on the screen on the left, but I'm guessing he's 1,300 feet. Alright, so this torpedo now has its work cut out. Yep, still diving. I can't dive anywhere near as deep as this. My test depth is 700 feet, but my torpedo can go to 2,600, give or take. Right, well, what I'm trying to do here is use the skipjack as merely a means of bringing the torpedoes closer to the enemy, and then letting them do
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 2, 6,
all the hard
7.
work. Now, where have I heard that before? Okay, that's this guy's location. I'm still showing him lots on. Let's use the torpedo to ping him. There we go. Hello, chaps. Actually, it's working. I'll keep the active sonar pinging on because we're getting a return from him. That's an awfully big boat. It might have
Con
an
sonar
awfully big hole in it
noisemaker
soon.
bearing 2, 6,
I'm gonna
9.
just manually control it here.
Con, fire control,
Hey.
weapon acquired.
Look at that. He's not down. He's still going. He has a big hole in him. Look at this. The size of this thing. He's putting out his towed array. Yeah, I bet you are. Alright, I need to get another torpedo in the way immediately. We'll fire it.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 2,
Okay.
7, 1.
So,
Contact
I'm
faded.
going to put my torpedo about here, but what I want to do right now is move. It's that annoying noise would stop. Move this. Come on. I'm trying to move the. Right. So I want to do that. Okay. Basically, tell the torpedo to be in a different direction. No, let me rephrase. I need the torpedo to be at this. If he doesn't change course, which he will do, and he is going to be round about here. So I want to put my torpedo at this point. Let's get rid of this one and get rid of this, so that he is the torpedo's sensors are heading in that direction. Now, I don't think for a moment that he's not going to change direction.
Come left 2.
Why?
2,
Because
0,
I
7,
most
helm
certainly would. If I were being threatened by a torpedo, I should change my direction, or at least my speed. So I don't think it's going to be as simple as tracking him down like that, but it's gonna help.
Come right 2.
We'll
2,
keep moving
6,
to his
5,
south.
helm I.
Move the torpedo to the north. So when he counterfires upon my approaching torpedo, the only direction he's got is the direction that the torpedo appears to be coming from, which is not where I am. So, far so good. I'm going to arc the torpedo a little bit more north now. Let's basically point it in that direction right now. I'm going to accelerate time a little bit. We're going to get nothing off this Oscar, I don't think.
Con, helm, steady course.
And he may have even sunk. He may have taken on too much water. I don't know right now. Or, conversely, he could be aiming for the surface, making a lot of noise, but we're not hearing him. Okay. I'm actually gonna attack this location from the more northern approach, I think. Get ready for this. I'm gonna suppose that he's not quite the location where.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1.
What happened,
last
sunshine?
bearing 2, 7, 3.
Did you sink?
Contact breaking up.
Did you discover he had a hole in you? Yes, he did. He must have just pretty much gone straight down and then imploded. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and make this... I don't really want to get hit by my own torpedo, and the ocean is very deep. So, I guess we'll send this torpedo up west. We'll send it towards the middle of the Atlantic. That would actually be in this direction.
Come right to 006 helm I.
Right, well, that seems to have been a successful mission, other than we did fire 2 torpedoes. We only needed to fire 1, and we do have some more submarines approaching, but we'll probably deal with that in offline, so to speak. But yeah, what do you know? Something I did worked out okay. Well, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you have, you know exactly what to do. And if you didn't enjoy it, then you also know what to do. Thanks so much, and see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.
Con, helm, steady course.